Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to the Average Joe Hobby Show. I'm your humble host, the Average Joe. Let's learn and have fun together. With that said, let's begin. Welcome back to the Average Joe Hobby Show. Today we're focusing on the Chaos Knight's interior parts, his mouth, his guts, the flesh wound back here, and the flesh wound stuff on the back of his knees here. After that will be the skin touch-ups, which will be off camera, and then some skin detail work that will be on the camera. After that will come final works for his horns and his skulls, and specialty details like glowing parts in his leg joints and in his smokestack back here. After that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work on his base. That's going to be the final part. So I should have maybe 2 or 3 videos after this, and then he'll be done. So let's get to it. The first step I'm going to do is to apply a mediumed WARPFIEND gray, very mediumed, to his tongue and to some of his intestine parts. This will get a wash afterwards, and that will help, just kind of sharpen the detail a bit. I'm almost dry brushing this on. Just try to get the highest parts, the highest tips, layers like that. So the next step is a color I used before, CARROBURG Crimson. This will go over his intestines again, inside of his mouth, fleshy parts, all like that. Let's just start with these fleshy bits here. CARROBURG Crimson. One of the skin details I'm going to do much later is apply CARROBURG Crimson around certain locations to represent, the flesh is stressed and bruised, kind of bloody, so I don't mind getting it a little bit on the coloring of the skin here, as of this moment. Back of his knees. It also won't matter if I get a little bit of the CARROBURG Crimson on the metal, because that helps look the metal, it helps make the metal look kind of, bloodied. Now for the inside of his mouth. One of the touch-ups I definitely have to do are his teeth. Boy, does he need to see a dentist. And that is CARROBURG Crimson applied to all his flesh and inside mouthpieces. The next step that I'm going to do for his mouth work is this color, WAZDAKKA Red, which will be only for the mouth flaps and the fleshy parts that are wounded on his back legs. Okay, we have all the little fine lines on the open wound here, so just gently drag across the WAZDAKKA Red. Get those nice ridges. Stand out. Camera is not behaving today. Now this next step is going to be a little tricky. If you look closely at his tongue, he has tiny little nodules along his tongue, little bumps. I'm going to paint each of those little bumps on his tongue yellow and then eventually highlight that. So I'm going to start with a much darker yellow, much darker color, Tau Light Ochre, and then do a very pale yellow dotting each of the dots. So it's a very detailed bit of work, but it'll help make more of those details really shine through, First little nodule. Second little nodule. I can make one right here. Around the underside of his tongue. Also going to apply it right down the center of the veins on his gut here. Try to highlight this a bit. There. Very noticeable. Very nice. Now to highlight that yellow, I'm going to use this Army Painter Moon Dust. There's only a little bit left, so this is a good way to use it up. Very nice. Now this next step is very important because it's going to go over all the inside parts of his mouth to really help highlight that, inner flesh that's not the mouth flap. So, though a little bit of the next step will go on the mouth flaps as a highlight, but this next part is a general highlight for that inside flesh. I'm going to use this color, Pink Horror, with some medium to soften the effect of the highlight over the various pieces. Very carefully, make sure there's not too much residue on the brush. Just drag it along those edges, get that highlight going. Alright, you can already see the difference between one side and the other. Ow. Now for an extra tricky part, you can see the inside of his mouth. I molded the putty unintentionally for it to almost look like it's kind of coming out of it, so to speak. So I'm going to highlight these specific edges directly to help differentiate between the tongue and the mouth flesh. So it looks like it's very, I don't know if there's a term for it, like the way certain animals' tongue might be recessed into its mouth. It'll give it a very ugly, gross look. Sides of it, it's good. Oh. Man, this guy needs some dental work. Yuck. Now this last step is very important. Over all the interior mouth pieces and even the mouth flaps, I'm going to take this color, KISLEV Flesh, and do very careful highlights on all those ridges. That will help all the flesh pieces have that highest point, because the main thing you want to remember in painting sharp details are the layers. How many layers are you putting on, and how thick, what color variation, so on and so forth. When you figure out how to do this, the models are going to look that much better when you can get those nice, crisp highlights. I'm actually going to start right from the sensitive area to create the most highlight. Right here at the edge of his mouth, tongue thing, whatever it is. Yeah, how's that? Yeah, that really shows the mouth part, the interior flesh part being like, I don't know, kind of like a... It actually looks very nasty, and that's kind of the whole point. So that's the end of the interior flesh work for now. And next I'll do all the skin touch-ups I need to do, though 2 other skin details will be applied. These are to tell various things, how the flesh is interacting with the melding of the mechanical bits, and so on and so forth. After that will be details for fixing his teeth, doing his horns, maybe a little extra for the copper, and a few other small details here and there, as well as more specialty pieces which I haven't done yet, including his smokestack and the symbols on his legs here. So again, this is about 75-80% of the model done, and he's coming along quite nicely. See you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video or stream. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have not done so already. I really appreciate the support. Please let me know what kind of endeavor, craft, or hobby you're working on in the comments down below. I'll see you next time.